Hey Book Dragons, welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a book tag for you. Let's go! Thank you to my patrons. I really appreciate all you do to support the channel. So I was not tagged in this book tag, but I saw Michael K. Vaughn do it on his channel, and I thought it would be a really great tag to do. Really fun, and this tag is the Cult of Celebrity tag. And it was originally created by Books, Songs, and Other Magic. So I will leave a link to both Michael's channel and Books, Songs, and Other Magic so you can check them out. And before we get into the tag, make sure that you like and subscribe to my channel. Hit my Patreon if you'd like to support me there as well. That'd be cool. Otherwise, let's get right to it, guys. The first question on this tag is, have you met an author you have liked? Yes, I definitely have. Several, actually. I went to what used to be Phoenix Comic Con here in Phoenix way back, probably, 7 years ago now. Has it been that long? And I met Terry Brooks, Brandon Sanderson, both of whom are absolutely amazing, really, really personable people. I just really enjoyed meeting them and talking with them. I'll throw some pictures up here on the screen if you want to see. I did get my picture with them, so that was cool. I also met Patrick Rothfuss, and I got my picture with him as well, but unfortunately I can't find the picture anywhere, and I don't know what has happened to it. I'm so bummed. But yes, I have met several authors, and I met other authors as well, but those are the ones that meant the most to me. The next question is, do you seek out signed copies of books? No, I really don't. If I happen to find a book in a bookstore that is already signed and it's reasonably priced, I'm not going to turn it down, obviously. But I prefer a more personal experience. I don't like having signed books just for the sake of having a signed book. I like to have books that I have personally gotten signed by the author. So, for instance, my original copy of The Name of the Wind was signed by Patrick Rothfuss. I got one of the Shannara books signed by Terry Brooks. I got Mistborn, the very first Mistborn novel, signed by Brandon Sanderson, personally. That's how I prefer to do it. I prefer to have a personal experience of the author signing my book. Otherwise, the signature doesn't really matter that much to me. Everybody's different, but that's how I prefer to roll. So the next question, are you interested in an author's personalities, lifestyles, opinions? Yeah, occasionally. I follow several authors on Twitter, and I see a lot of their personal posts, things that they share, their feelings on things. Stephen King's a big one. I follow him, and he tweets a lot about political stuff, which I don't get into political stuff really, but he and I do tend to agree on a lot of the stuff he posts. I read this book by Neil Gaiman, The View from the Cheap Seats, and not only does he share his thoughts and feelings on books he's written and people that he's met in the industry, but he also has essays in here on his personal viewpoints on things. And while I don't read autobiographies really, this was actually a fascinating read. It's not an autobiography, it's just a collection of essays he's written, but it's really a very good book. And I enjoyed hearing Neil's thoughts and viewpoints on various different topics. So yeah, on occasion, it just depends on the author. but I'm always interested to hear other people's viewpoints and thoughts on things. And a lot of times authors are the ones that speak up the most. So, yeah. The next question, is there an author whose books you love that you think you wouldn't like personally? I hesitate with this question just because I want to give everyone a chance, and I tend to get along really well with everyone. There are authors that I would not agree with on certain issues. For instance, I'm a huge fan of J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter series. Absolutely love Harry Potter. I always will. I'll reread it at some point and thoroughly enjoy it. But she and I would not see eye to eye on certain things. But that doesn't mean that I think I would necessarily dislike her. I just happen to disagree with some of the things that she believes. And that's okay. We're allowed to disagree with people. Same with H.P. Lovecraft. I can't really say whether I would like him or not. I love his cosmic horror stories. The Cthulhu mythos especially is awesome. But I don't know enough about him to say, oh, I don't think I would like him. I definitely don't like how xenophobic he was and racist he was. But again, I can't say, oh, I dislike him. I just wouldn't agree with him. Without knowing about people, I feel like it's unfair to say that I would not like them until I've walked a mile in their shoes. That whole mantra. Next question. Is there an author, now dead, who you would like to have met? Yes, absolutely. I would love to have met Ursula K. Le Guin. Not only is she a great author, she is also, from everything I've read about her and interviews I've seen with her and things like that, she is just a phenomenal person. She was instrumental in forging the path of women back in the day when that was not popular, and she's just a fascinating figure. I would love to meet Ursula K. Le Guin, and I am sorry that she's passed on. And of course, the token answer for this would be Tolkien. I think it would be amazing to meet J.R.R. Tolkien. Heck, I'd even settle for meeting Christopher Tolkien. It would be cool to meet any member of the Tolkien family, but yeah, so those are two authors that I would say that I wish I could have met. Final question. Is there an author still alive that you would like to meet? Plenty of them. I would say Neil Gaiman, but you guys always know I'm going to say Neil Gaiman. But yes, I would be thrilled to have an opportunity to meet Neil Gaiman. If there was an author cruise where Neil Gaiman was going to be one of the featured authors on the cruise, or maybe the only author on the cruise, take a cruise with Neil Gaiman, I would be like, here, take my money, please. I will pay whatever it takes to get on that cruise. That would be so cool. But aside from Neil Gaiman, I would also very much like to meet Jim Butcher, author of the Dresden Files. I think that would be really cool. N.K. Jemisin as well. I think it would be really cool to meet her. I really loved her Broken Earth trilogy, and I really like her as a person. I've followed her on social medias and stuff like that as well, and I really like her stances on a lot of things. I think she's doing a lot of important work for people of color and for women, and to be a unique voice in the science fiction and fantasy genre. So I would love to meet her as well. So that concludes this tag. And so now I've got to tag people, right? So I'm going to tag Jimmy Nuts over at the Fantasy Network. I think it would be interesting to hear his answers to these questions. I'm going to tag Mel over at Tome Raider. And I'm going to tag Drew at Drew's Book Reviews. And that ends this video. So I hope you've enjoyed it. What are some of your answers? If you want to answer these and put them in the comments below, feel free. Until next time, make sure you are reading more books. I'll talk to you soon.